All right. So I'm just going to talk about this for today. People really be in the space to where they just want to use your energy. And when you really start figuring this out and you distance yourself even more away from certain people, you start to realize like how much animosity people really have for you when you don't fit the actual like narrative that they want you to fall under. Like imagine somebody being like, "Oh, I like you, but you don't look like what I want you to look like, so Imma hide you." You like, "I don't want you." You like, "Have you ever thought that maybe I don't change anything about myself? I don't try to get smaller. I don't try to appease anybody in any type of way because what if I don't want you to like me?" Like, one thing I've realized is that you genuinely have to have a very strong mind in this world. When certain people don't like you, it's like they have the ability to get a lot of people to go against you. And you know what? Imma give you an example, and this is like no shade or no hate, but Lizzo was doing great until I feel she linked up with the Carters. I'm telling you. It's something about Jay-Z's narrative of being around people or having people in his corner to where he can really like change the narrative of how people think about you. Like that is what he goes off of. That is what a lot of people in this space that has certain power and authority, or they just got certain influence. They can really try to make you look like you are incompetent or that something is wrong with you. And it doesn't matter, like it's like it doesn't matter how much you prove yourself. It's like in that space, that's all people really want you to be in this space of. Like, I already knew. I said, look at Lizzo. I said, between what is it, Warner Brothers, Atlantic Records, and stuff like that, I said, y'all really, real deal wanted to take the likeness of myself and was like, okay, we're going to use your body mechanism and how you look now, and we want this to be Lizzo. And it's like Lizzo looks amazing after all the weight loss, but nobody really doesn't give a fuck. And it's not because I really feel like it's Lizzo. I feel like it's the intentions behind that shit. When you are unaware or you are in a space to where you are being used as a pawn to try to hurt someone else, you get hurt in the process as well. The things that you work toward also gets hurt as well. So in that space, it's just I just sit back and watch. I said, y'all, I was like, me looking at Lizzo now and looking at Lizzo back before they made her do the changes, it's like, we have the same body type. And I really feel like that's what the industry wanted to do. And I said, y'all give these people this narrative to make them feel like, okay, you're better than this person. It's like, even though they have already had more skin in the game. Hold on. And a lot of times people do things to try to get a rise out of you. That's why I remember saying, I said, people be talking shit about Nicki Minaj, but I said every time they say something about, can I have a number one with no pickle? Can I have a number one with no pickle with a Sprite? You said no what? No pickle? What drink? You said Sprite? Yes. What else? And can I have a number 9, no pickle, with a Sprite as well? Alright, will I be able? That's it. Alright, pull some over. Thank you. And it's just like people be want to rage bait you. And it's like imagine people will try to do all these different things. Like I feel like nobody has been treated as bad as I have been because people real deal have tried to use me as just like an energetic siphon. And it's just like when I don't have no type of feelings or intentions toward any of y'all, it's just like the truth will start to reveal itself. And you will start to see that. Like, people hate when no matter what they do towards you, it doesn't change how you feel about yourself. The whole purpose is to really try to get you in a space to not like yourself. Be like, oh, haha, we control your money. You can't get a job. We're gonna blackball you. The only place you will ever be able to go is somewhere where we will torture and harass you. And it's like, that's fine. It's like at the end of the day, it ends up showing other people just how that person really is. And it's like, it doesn't matter like what's going on. It's just like you start to see it's like you want people to like change the narrative of who they are. And it's like when you really decide against that, you like, okay. Like imagine people say that you are incompetent but you're making straight A's in school. It's like the narratives that people try to sell against you, it don't add up. And then imagine you're in the space you like, I don't want to be in a relationship. So people link up with other people that don't like you, try to be cool with you, and you like, I don't fuck with you either, but it's okay. You can have whatever narrative you want to have. It's like imagine people be in the space you like you are not it's like people want you to lose what they call your innocence. They want you to look like whatever they say that you look like. And it's like you can have whatever narrative about me that you would like, but I don't have to adhere to anything that you actually say. I'm fine. You got the Big Mac and cheeseburger meal? Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Thank you. You too. Thanks. So imagine you in a space and they like somebody has said, "Oh, you're a gold digger. Oh, you just want a man for this, or you just want." And it's just like you separate yourself from all of that. It's like when people cannot keep the same narrative about you going, it's like they do anything to try to destroy how others see you because they know it strengthens your reputation. Can I have some ketchup? Can I have some ketchup? Yeah, the Big Macs and Macs. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. You too. Like, I realized I said, I prayed for myself. And I just prayed about my situation. I said, anybody who tries to make any other person sit in my element, I said, nobody can be me better than I can. And it's just like the truth will always prevail. No, I may not be somebody that has had skin in the game, but I said I have never been a person that has tried to like dismantle someone else's like reputation off of some lies to try to make their truth about the lies they said about you look true. You like, no, I'm just not on that type of time. So imagine people be like, well, we're gonna blackball you. Like, that's fine. Like, I realized I said people don't understand how strong of a mindset that you really have to deal with some of the things that people be trying to put you through. And it's just like the stronger that your mind is, it's like people start to look at shit. Like people really start to look at certain things. It's just like, okay. One thing I noticed though within this space, they love to try to make you rage bait or try to get you to crash out so it can fit the narrative that you crazy. But my thing about it is the things that you actually say, nobody actually goes and look into it. Now, one thing I can say in regards to Nicki Minaj, I said you tried to hide in the space of Donald Trump and things of that sort. But I'm like, some of these I hate to say it, but some of these white people are still in the same realm. It's like, what make you think that they would protect you when the same thing that you accuse this person of doing, they also do it too. So it's just like you just choosing one side of wrong to protect you from another side of wrong. And you realize that. That's what I tell people, it don't matter how to put yourself on. People don't give a fuck about the things that you have went through when they know that they have also attributed that shit to other people as well. You just gotta be mindful. You really gotta be strong out there. Like, imagine someone trying to really, like, hinder, like, the progress that you have in life, so you would choose a life of crime, or choose a life of whoring, or just choose a life of something that you know is not really attributed to who you are and the morals that you have for yourself, and, just the pathway of life that you would like to go into, and it's like, people like, "Who do you think you are?" And you be like, "I'm just being myself." Be like, imagine somebody being like, "You need to work out." You'd be like, "For who?" Like, you be like, "Yes, I can work out for my health," but it's like you want me to get in shape so that you don't feel embarrassed by being next to me. It's like, no, I don't want to change anything about myself. Like, just find somebody else. But nobody else has the same energy that a person possesses. But you will not work for me. Like, I don't want to. Like, I don't like you. I don't think you're a good person. I don't think the things that you stand for is right. It's like you want to change the narrative of how I look to make yourself look better. And I'm sorry, like that shit ain't got nothing to do here. I think people be surprised when whatever they try to say about you is not true and you really stand firm. Like, one thing I notice is that the first thing that people will try to attack is your money or attack your reputation. And sometimes by attacking your reputation, it can affect the way you make finances. It's like people just want to be included or be looked at a certain type of way. Ari Fletcher better be careful. I said, you are somebody that literally don't have no talent. You came up off of your man or off of your niggas, and you out there bullying people. And it's like you want people to be jealous of you or jealous of whatever the fuck you got going on. And it's just like you're just really not a good person on the inside. It doesn't matter how much you change your body. It doesn't matter how much you think you look better than everybody. It's just like you have a heart of fucking trash. Like you are a very mean, rude, nasty, spirited person. A lot of you are like that. It's like y'all get with these niggas and they put y'all in positions to where you can think you can brag or talk about other people, but there is a lot of success in knowing that you can provide and do things for yourself. And some people, that's the reason why they attack you. They don't like the fact that you want to be a independent person. Like, imagine somebody didn't already tried to get you into a space where it's like if you wanted to have kids, they tried to change the narrative of you so that you don't procreate. But now you like, well, living in this society, I don't want to have kids anyway. It's just a lot of things that is being done to try to manipulate your mind to make you feel like you're not worthy or the fact that you need somebody. And it's just like when you basically show people that you don't give a damn, it's just like, okay. Like certain females, real deal, have a certain narrative about them that they follow, and you like, okay, but you be like, I don't have to participate. Whatever the fuck you think you saying about somebody, it don't matter. It's like you just really be in the space to where you be like, okay, like it's like learning to genuinely ignore people and just continue to move forward. Imagine you already know the real reason why someone changed the school laws and stuff like that because they don't want to see you actually be successful. Like, imagine being in a space and certain people real deal want to make it look like you incompetent. So we're gonna fuck up your ability to go to school just because we don't like you. And you like, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I said if the truth ever comes out, you could never face the world because people gonna see you just for the person who you is. Imagine you have family members, you like I never understand a old person beefing with somebody that's young. Like, if you in your 60s, your 70s, and you beefing with somebody that's in their 20s, their 30s, it's like you taking the lifespan off of your life that you already have just because you a bitter bitch. It's like people want you to see things differently. And then it's like they'll utilize your family and shit to go against you. And you just like, y'all just weird. Like, imagine people think that you be in a space of trying to like, oh, I think you want this person, or I think you like this person. It's just like, no. You be like, I really don't give a fuck about anything that you got going on. But it's like whatever you have to tell yourself to feel better, it's cool.